One of the most spectacular ornamental tree introduced in Jammu is Empress tree, Princess tree, Foxglove tree. Why it is called Foxglove? Because its flowers, they are bell-shaped, tubular and look like foxglove, which is the ornamental herb called Digitalis purpurea, found growing at hill stations like Sanasar, Jai, Bhadrawa, even in Kashmir, Gulmarg. It is called Empress tree because the name of the tree, botanical genus Paulownia, refers to the princess, empress, queen of the king of Netherlands. She was the daughter of Tsar of Russia. She married to Princess of Netherlands, who became subsequently the king. So the name was coined by botanist, German botanist Philipp Franz von Siebold to honor the lady who was the queen, empress of the king of Netherlands. The tree named in honor of Queen Consort of Netherlands, Anna Pavlovna of Russia. Her name was Anna Pavlovna. So the tree was originally named as Pavlovna. Ultimately, Pavlovna was modified to Paulownia. She was also known as the Paulownia. So the Paulownia tree is also called a sapphire tree because its flowers are violet purple. They look like sapphire color. So it's also known as the sapphire tree. It is also known as phoenix tree. Why phoenix tree? Because if we cut it, then it resprouts, regenerates. It copies very well. It will never die. So again and again cutting, even then we can have 7 times its resurrection. It will re-vegetate. It will regrow. So like a phoenix which never dies but again arising from its ashes, it has also been named as phoenix tree. So this princess tree, empress tree, foxglove tree or sapphire dragon tree, also known as the dragon tree. Basically this belongs to China, Japan and Korea. This is native to Asia. Once upon a time it was even native to America, but subsequently it got wiped out and now only the introduced Paulownia is present in America. It is used as the plantations, as the street tree. It has also been planted in London as the street tree. Its root is very deep, so its root does not spread beyond the canopy area. This particular tree is unique in having the C4 kind of photosynthesis. That is a carbon molecule which is formed here, that is 4-carbon malic acid or oxaloacetic acid. So carbon fixation is via 4-carbon acid, that is malic acid or oxaloacetic acid. So a new way of carbon fixation discovered by Hatch and Slack, Australian physiologists, in the year 1966. So this particular tree provides it the capability to grow in dry lands. It can grow very fast. It is labeled as one of the fastest growing tree in the world. So it grows to a height of 2.5 meter even within 1 season, and the mature tree ready for lumber is just within 5, 6 or 7 years. So this is such a fast growing tree with spectacular beauty of sapphire colored purplish blue flowers which are blooming when there are no leaves. So leafless tree becomes decorated with foxglove shaped flowers growing in panicles, and they are mostly drooping flowers. Sepals are fused. The lobes mostly they are equal to the calyx tube, but sometimes the lobes are smaller in some species. It has 4 stamens, and 4 stamens, 2 stamens are of longer size and 2 are smaller, and they are epipetalous. Petals are 5. So on adaxial surface, adaxial side, we have bilobed corolla lobe, whereas on abaxial side, trilobed. And there are 2 inner folds along with the purplish lines which form the honey guides, which direct the honeybees to creep inside to find the nectar which is hidden at the base of the ovary. Ovary is bilocular. It produces woody capsule, fruit, and from one fruit, one capsule, you can have about 2000 seeds. Seeds are of minute, tiny dimension, and they are winged, lengthwise, densely packed, and each tree can produce as many as 20 billion trees per year, per season. So that is the adaptability of this C4 tree, Empress tree, Princess tree, Foxglove tree. One species is Prunus, this Paulownia tomentosa. It has lobed leaves, very large leaves, 30 centimeter long, with equally long stalk. They grow in opposite decussate fashion. They are paired, they are opposite, and flowers are tubular, trumpet shaped. So it was once included under Paulowniaceae as Paulownia tomentosa. But its stigmas are different. Its stigma has the single hole with a dilated chamber, which is unique to Paulownia. So it has been now segregated into its own family, Paulowniaceae. This particular tree having single genus, monogeneric family, Paulowniaceae. Within one genus we have about 8 to 10 species of Paulownia. In Jammu we see the Paulownia fortunei. It is also known as the fortune's Empress. It is also known as the dragon tree or foxglove tree. It is useful for paper pulp industry. It is used for phytoremediation. It fights air pollution very well. This is the one of the tree which is useful even in efficient carbon sequestration. It can take the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere very efficiently and gives out oxygen in bulk. Tomentosa has more tomentose, hairy leaves. In case of fortunei, we have light blue, mauve flowers. In tomentosa, they are denser. And in case of tomentosa, leaves look like catalpa bignoniides. This one particular species of Paulownia is Kawakami. Paulownia Kawakami is basically native to Taiwan and China, Japan, and also introduced in California. This is critically endangered species. Paulownia Kawakami flowers look like flowers of Paulownia tomentosa, but it lacks the purplish lines within corolla, and it is also known as sapphire dragon tree. The species which is known as Koreana, that is Paulownia koreana. This is also known as Korean Paulownia. This is native to South Korea, 15 meter to 20 meter tall. Leaves are about 10 inches, 6 to 9 inches, very large, and 5 to 11 inches broad. They have very long stalks. They flower in October. Fruiting takes place in October, November. Flowering is in spring season, March, April. This wood is very light in color, light in weight, but it has a very good strength. It resonates very well. So because of its a very good resonating quality, lighter weight and durability, this particular wood has been used for the making of musical instruments. For example, Geo Mungo is one 6-stringed instrument of Korea. The Korean mandolin, Gegyum, Korean zither with 12 strings. So their sound boards are made out of the wood of derived from Paulownia. It can be Paulownia tomentosa, but in Korea they also use Paulownia koreana. Plant leaves are rich in nitrogen, but here in case of Paulownia koreana, plant leaves also used as insecticidal. Bark is used for dye, and it also has some medicinal uses. There is another species, Paulownia catalpifolia, having leaves some similar appearance to catalpa bignoniides. We have Paulownia elongata, again native to Asia. Here leaves look like Hibiscus mutabilis, very large, but they are fuzzy, as we find in case of Paulownia tomentosa. Wood is also having very good biomass, faster growth, so it has also potential for biofuel. Mostly the Paulownia plantations are being raised through micropropagation, because the seeds, seedlings and roots, they are prone to the root rot. But wood is very good. It does not succumb to any kind of rot or insect damage. It is fire resistant, it is drought resistant, and even it does not fall prey to any kind of pest attack. So this particular wood is used even in the aviation industry, even in the shipping industry. This particular wood is very useful. This particular tree, Paulownia, with about 8 to 10 species, is unique in having the fastest growth. So it has also a Guinness Book of World Records. So it will mature in less than 10 years. 6-7 years is enough to harvest it. Another, it is sacred tree of Orient or Oriental region. In China and Japan, there is a tradition. The couples, when the girl child is born in the family, the couple plant this Paulownia tree. And when the girl child, at the time of marriage age, the tree is harvested. And its wood is used for furniture, musical instruments, and other gift items which are provided, which are gifted to the daughter at the time of marriage. So this particular tree was also associated with the Empress queen. Whenever new child was born, the tree was planted and its tree was Paulownia. So because of this, it also has that sacred reverence among the natives in China and Japan. So this is also flowering structure. Flower is used as emblem for the Prime Minister of Japan. It is included as emblem. So this particular tree is fire insect resistant. This shows efficient C4 carbon fixation. Photosynthesis very good in fighting the climate change. It regrows from the stumps after the trees fell down. It can regrow 7 times. So phoenix arising out of ashes, that kind of unique quality of Paulownia is also useful. Paulownia tomentosa is invasive, but Paulownia other species are ornamental and they are preferred. But Paulownia tomentosa profusely suckers, and its suckers they just expand and colonize the area. So it is declared as invasive in America. Rainforest Alliance has chosen Paulownia tree as the ecologically sound tree for reforestation and especially the carbon sequestration in the backdrop of climate change. The tree is so shady tree. It is a sun-loving tree. It doesn't grow in shade. It hates the waterlogged conditions. So water table, if it is very high, then it will perish. It will not grow. So well-drained soils with lower ground table and then full sun, and it does not even grow well if the temperature also goes below 5 degree in the winter. So in UK there was a report of less flowering because of the freezing winter, but in Jammu it flowers very well. So we can see the Empress tree, the fortune Empress tree, or dragon tree, or sapphire tree, phoenix tree, Foxglove tree, Paulownia fortunei growing in State Forest Research Institute campus at Janipur. Even it stands introduced in the Botanical Garden, University of Jammu. So this tree is C4 tree, and I think this need to be included in the reforestation programs being undertaken under the campaign of Ban Mahotsava, which has already started in the month of July, and it will continue up to August end. Let us have the more and more saplings of the tree Paulownia to be included as a ornamental tree along the wastelands, and even as a tree which has a reverence in the Oriental culture, and even it has some kind of medicinal value.